Welcome to Doughboys Double. I'm Nick Weiger, along with the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell. Mitch, as we continue our slate of in-person, in-studio records for this new year, and we must note, for our audio listeners, because people are seeing it on the video feed, Jemmy snuggled up next to you in the chair and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a little shut-eye.
The chair and a half, which we just established, is a chair and a half.
Chair and a half. That's what Emma said it was called, right? It's a chair and a half?
That's my best guess.
Yeah.
Which for me is kind of just like a chair, honestly. But I like it. I like the chair and a half. I like Jemmy sitting here. I don't even know if she likes me petting her.
Oh, she loves pets.
Okay, good. I'm going to continue.
Seems to be enjoying it. What do you like petting better, a cat or a dog?
Wags, come on now.
Careful, Jemmy's right there, and she has sharp teeth.
Do I like petting a cat or a dog? But I mean, you know I have Wally and Irma. You know I love them, but I like petting all animals.
But petting is like its own thing. Because I kind of feel like sometimes, dogs can be skittish, but I feel like a dog appreciates a pet a little bit more than a cat.
Ooh, I think that this is so incorrect. Cats they purr and they love getting pet. I mean, they both.
The purring is nice.
Animals like pets. It's true.
I think cats make you earn it more.
Okay.
Like they're like, I gotta like feel this out before I let you touch me.
Right.
Our guest is going insane.
I'm going insane.
Our guest, our good friend Tami Sagher is here. Hi, Tami.
Hi. I just went to a cat cafe in Prague. And
wow.
The cats could not have been less into it. It was wild. It was like exactly not the right environment for these cats. So it was just nonstop people coming in being like, but also knowing that you're not supposed to go pet a cat. They should approach you, right? Mm-hmm. That's the thing. And just they wanted nothing to do with any person. So I was there 2 hours, 2 cats let me pet them for like 5 seconds. I saw all these people come in and be like, hi, no, oh, okay. And then just like,
wow.
To me, this sounds like snooty European cats.
Okay.
Wally and Irma are good old US of A fucking red-blooded cats.
You think she was dealing with some Aristocats?
I think she was dealing with Aristocats.
I think that the dogs are like just an easier and less stressful petting experience. But I get that the reward from petting a cat that like really has your trust can be pretty satisfying.
Let me tell you, I told you this. I said this already, but I got back last night. It was per city. They were going nuts. They were going nuts for me, Wags.
Right.
Coming up next to me, laying on me, purring. I was just petting them the whole time. It was great.
Right.
But Jemmy
big cat is back.
He sleeps more than us. I love petting Jemmy, though. Jemmy's a great dog.
Oh, my goodness.
What a great dog. A beautiful little pup.
Yeah. Nice little curled up in a ball there.
I know.
Oh, she gets so tiny.
A little winter's nap.
Yeah.
I love it. We are in winter still.
We're still in winter. Mm-hmm. You know, this is the thing about...
What do you think of the season winter?
Not a fan.
No? I like it okay.
Tami, do you like winter?
Sure.
I don't love winter.
I really thought the cat cafe would get more like, oh my God, these traumatized cats. So I'm just.
Well,
I thought it was a great anecdote.
I thought it was a great anecdote too. I should have gotten out of there.
Running out of steam. I should have gotten out of the cafe and that anecdote earlier.
No, it was great. It was delightful.
It was
great.
It was great. Winter is fine. Everything's fine.
I like winter.
You like the Boston winter because you gotta like shovel out your drive and stuff. Like there's like a lot of
I had back to
labor
California. Sorry, Mom. It was funny when I was back there. I came home one night and I was like, "Is there like oil?" I was like, "I smell oil." And my mom was like, "Oh, I think I smell that too." And then she went to bed.
Yeah.
And then I opened her door. And I was like, "Oh my God, it smells like so much like oil or something." And she was like, "Oh yeah." And I was like, "I'm gonna leave the door open because I don't want something bad to happen." And then the next day, our snow blower, we have a snow blower.
Mm-hmm.
I know they'll say they got it after I left because they're gonna say Silver Spoon Man. Or
That's like I would think that would just be like a practical thing for any
you need it
homeowner to have.
Yeah,
that's like a rich person thing.
The world especially one with so many stairs. You need a snowblower.
This is in Quincy, Mass. This is Quincy.
There's a single flake on a single one of my steps.
That's not.
I simply shall not walk up them.
I'm not gonna fucking use a snowblower. I don't think you know. So, our neighbor Jay, who you had met.
I met Jay.
Yeah, he made fun of you.
Yeah. He made fun of me and Carl for wearing masks.
Yeah.
It's like April of 2020.
And he was, well, to be fair, we were on tour.
Yes.
I'm saying, like, we weren't being any better.
It's true.
And I did have COVID. It's funny that he was making fun of us for wearing masks, and I literally had COVID.
We later found out you had COVID.
I had COVID, my first time getting it. He is more left, I would say. But he filled up my mom's snowblower and it leaked, like the gas.
Oh, that's what it was.
Had leaked in the garage, and you could smell all the way in my mom's room, which the garage is separated. It's not even connected to the house that way. But like it just was so strong smelling that was like, you could smell it in the room.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, we had to put cat litter on it. Speaking of cats, we put cat litter on top of the gasoline. That's what you're supposed to do.
Were there litter boxes in the cat cafe?
I think there was sort of like a cat sleeping room.
Okay.
It was like their green room.
Got it.
That you shouldn't go to, and I think there were litter boxes there.
But were they like ushered out of there into the cafe, or did they have like kind of free roaming privileges?
They had free roaming, so it was it was really up to them whether or not they wanted to interact.
They weren't trying.
They did not.
They were trying. They weren't trying to like escape or anything, right?
From people or from the cafe itself?
I guess both.
I didn't sense it from the cafe itself, although it was locked and you had to buzz to get in so that a cat wouldn't run out. And then every time you heard the buzz while you were sitting in the cafe of someone wanting to get in, you could see the cats react like, huh? Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Like they'd been conditioned.
So what? You were in the Czech Republic? I just Googled where Prague was. You're in the Czech Republic?
I was. Is that really what you were doing on your phone?
No, I wasn't.
No, I was checking texts. I'm not a monster.
Yeah, I was not a monster. I was looking at texts. I wasn't looking where Prague was.
Mitch has Prague up on his phone. Wikipedia entry. Did you?
I had a feeling I knew where it was. I just didn't want to say it and look dumb.
It's a great city name.
It is, and then it turns out it's
almost sounds
Praha.
like Prague.
It does almost sound like Prague.
It sounds like it's Praha, like how
Praga.
they write it.
Praha,
no G. Praha, but it was
cleaner.
Gorgeous.
What were you doing? What were you just vacationing?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a trip with me and two girlfriends, and one of them got COVID and had to cancel day of.
Oh man,
such a bummer.
A bummer.
That's
such a bummer. Yeah, so we
came
went
back
there
with
in
a vengeance.
Vienna. Yeah.
It caused me to lose my mind. I don't know if you had heard this from the podcast, but
that's when you were like believing in ghosts and saging and stuff. Yes.
I mean, like I was sick and the doctor says it was a virus.
Yeah.
And a part of me thinks that it was probably COVID. I'm dealing with like long COVID stuff. I don't know. It's been a weird journey, but it's back. COVID is back.
It's back in a big way.
Yeah, I got it myself beginning of December.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It was fine.
And let me tell you, I got off a plane last night and I was probably the only person on the plane wearing a mask.
Wow.
I felt
Jay
safer getting on. Now that I had it recently, I feel all like my antibodies are strong.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
For a few months at least.
Well, you mentioned Vienna. All right, so you're in Vienna, you're in Prague.
I went to Vienna when my last European trip.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was this
beautiful big buildings?
I've heard about these big buildings, yes.
Gorgeous. Like a lot of palaces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, had you been to these two cities before?
Never.
And then follow-up question, what was the food scene like in each?
Very good. Vienna, best hot chocolate of my life.
Wow.
Yep. really good Italian food where I kind of felt like I was cheating, and then remembered that Austria shares a border with Italy.
Right.
And
did you get one of those in Vienna? Did you get one of those torts? That chocolate
soccer tort.
Soccer tort. Yeah. Did you get one?
Yes, I went to the Hotel Soccer where they created it. 34 steps. It was insane. It was so good.
I got so you're ascending like the flights of stairs in Mitch's house.
I have 60. Remember, I have 61
that's
steps.
Right, you counted them.
I got double soccer. I got double soccer fucking steps. Micus didn't like the soccer tort.
Really?
You know what I really loved? Did you have one of these? A Kaiser Krana?
No.
The hot dogs?
No.
Oh, man.
You said hot dog. You didn't say hot dog.
I know. I've been working on I've been using Duolingo
to speak English.
To speak English.
Good for you. 2024. No, I did not have it. Was it good?
The Kaiser Kranas were like my favorite thing I ate on the trip. They were just like a spicy sausage, and they would cut it into a big roll.
Yeah.
Like it would be like you'd hold it the long ways. Unlike us, we hold it, the horizontal.
I don't want to describe your space one because it's very
horizontal. You hold them vertical.
Yes.
You hold them vertical.
Right.
Horizontal is the other way. And then they cut like a hole in the bread, and they put the Kaiser Krana in there, and then
they put the hole in
the they fill it with ketchup and mustard as well, and they were great.
Oh, what a treat!
They were really good.
There's so many things there that are like, I ate something called Emperor's Nonsense, where it was like invented for an emperor. Like you can tell that the Habsburgs were there for a very long time.
Right.
Like there's just a lot of like treats and like cakes that take 34 steps, and like Emperor's Nonsense was created for an emperor who had a sweet tooth, but his wife didn't like sweets. And so it was like, yeah, it definitely made you feel like you were in a place where rich people just had too much time on their hands for centuries.
Wow. Can we return to that hot chocolate real quick? Which was what made it so transcendent? What made it the best hot chocolate you've ever had?
Where was the hot chocolate from as well?
Honestly, every place that I had the hot chocolate in Vienna, like you kept getting a hot chocolate. It kept being on menus, and then you'd have it. There was one where they were like, do you want foamed milk on it? Which I've never been asked that before. Yeah. And it was just like the care that we put into coffee drinks here was put into hot chocolate there. It was so good. And then I went out last night and I got a hot chocolate, and it tasted instant. It tasted like it was made with hot water.
That sucks.
In New York City.
Yeah. And I asked, I was like, is this made with water? And she's like, no. And it turns out he made it with oat milk, which is basically water.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no.
Why? Yeah.
Exactly. Why? Both the waitress and I were like, that was a bold move to just be like, oh, she ordered a hot chocolate clearly with oat milk. It was fucking disgusting.
What a bummer.
Yeah, that's fucking sucks. You can't
That's
get
the worst thing ever.
A good hot chocolate in the Big Apple? What the hell is the world coming to?
What's going on? I feel like there was an artisan chocolatier that had like a fancy hot chocolate I went to in some.
You did just watch Willy Wonka last night.
I did just watch the Willy Wonka.
Right, so I was just checking if you're not thinking of Willy Wonka.
It's not. It wasn't though in the Willy Wonka verse. It was in. This was in New York City, and this was maybe a decade ago, and it was one of those like food, like those public markets that have a bunch of food stalls in like one communal sort of space. But it was one of those that they had some like fancy ass hot chocolate place there, and they have a spicy hot chocolate and they have a regular hot chocolate. But it's one of those things that's so rich that like we each got like mediums, and I was like, I should have gotten the small. This is like undrinkably like we should have shared a small.
Just wanted to double check. You didn't see a German kid get shot up a tube.
No, I did see a very spoiled girl like turn into a big blueberry.
Okay, all right, so.
But I'm pretty sure it was New York City.
That could have been New York City.
Yeah, it could have been, yeah.
You never know what's going to happen in New York City.
But hot chocolate is one of those things where like I feel like I've so rarely had a good version of it. Like 95% of my cocoa consumption over the course of my life has been like packets with hot water.
Yeah, that's what it tasted like last night.
What a bummer.
Sounds like that girl could have stepped in the ooze.
It could have been a news situation. It could have been a mutagen.
Casey was just talking about the ooze. He loved turtles too.
Uh-huh.
The secret of the ooze.
That's right.
I love the ooze.
This is a thing that could happen in New York City. That's all I'm saying.
You're intent on directly referencing things that happened on last week's episode that we recorded before this one.
Or things that happened at lunch.
Yeah. Okay, Tami. So you were in Vienna. You were in Prague.
Mm-hmm.
You were a couple of big food cities, great food experiences. Here's my question: back in New York City, do you have any recent food favorites? Because you've introduced us to some stuff. We reviewed a chain that you had a lot of affection for when you were on the episode, the podcast in the studio episode last time. Are there any recent eats that you're really into?
Oh yeah, what was the place that we went to with you? The chicken place.
The Sweet Chick.
Sweet Chick. Yes, that's right.
Which was good.
It was good, right?
Yeah.
I've been really digging the pizza at the pizza place by me. It's called Antonio's Pizza. It's just a slice place. And I really like it.
What's your go-to slice?
Sicilian.
I like that.
So it's between a thin crust and like a Chicago. It's sort of in the middle of those two.
And what toppings you get on that bad boy?
Just cheese.
Just cheese. Hell yeah.
I like that as well.
Yeah.
I did the pizza. Me and the Quincy guys did a pizza tour in New York. We did a Connecticut one, and then we did a pizza tour in New York.
What places did you hit?
We went to Defara. That's the big one.
Yeah,
and it was good. I thought Defara was really good. We went to L&B Spumoni Gardens. Have you ever had that? It's across the way from another one that we Totano's, which wasn't open. And they've now it's near like I think it's near Coney Island, maybe, right? Is that what it's? Yeah, I think it's near Coney Island, right? That's a place.
Did you go to Lucali's?
No, we didn't do Lucali. I know that's like like the big, like maybe the number one spot. But you got to have
it's
like
a JC.
4 hours.
Yeah.
And there's too many of us, so we couldn't. We had a slice at Joe's, the one near the Comedy Cellar. Which part of town is that?
Is that
and you ate half of it and then threw the rest in the trash can, right?
What's that?
You ate half the slice and threw the rest in the trash can.
What is that? Oh, is that a Louis move?
Yes,
yeah.
I did not I didn't pull a Louis in that way. Joe's was good, honestly. And then I've never done John's of Bleecker, which I want to do. But the one I loved, is it called F&F Pizzeria? Ugh. Is it called F&F Pizzeria?
What just happened?
This Velcro keeps getting me.
Oh. Your Velcro.
What the hell is this, Headgum?
There's Velcro on.
What the hell?
You could take it off.
I'll sue this damn studio.
There's a Velcro strap on that's attached to the microphone arm, and it keeps getting caught on your shirt sleeve. Here's what I think you can do. There you go. Is that out of your way now?
Yeah. You just helped Headgum avoid a lawsuit.
I know where my bread is buttered.
I think it's F&F.
F&F.
I'm searching it just in case I'm wrong. Pizzeria.
It did look like you got scared by your own arm.
It did
in that moment.
It was. I was a little scared. I'll admit it.
Okay. It looked like an object permanence, freak out.
F&F Pizzeria.
F&F Pizzeria.
F&F Pizzeria. You should check out F&F if you can.
Okay, I will.
I'll tell you where it is. It's in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
It's on 459 Court Street.
Okay.
Zip 11231.
Okay, great.
I think that's Carroll Gardens. Just my guess.
I think you're right. I believe you're right.
Do you want to hit us up with some Google Maps directions, maybe? If you're coming from
here?
Manhattan.
Okay. F&F Pizzeria. Okay, from here. Choose starting point. Home.
Oh no.
Okay, it's loading. It will take a second.
Oh, cool.
Menu looks good.
4,000 miles.
F&F is, yeah. Okay, 1 day, 18 hours, 2,797 miles.
Got it.
Head southeast on Palmerston Place.
Wait, you went from
your
apartment
towards North Kenmore Ave.
Not even your apartment. That's your old apartment. You don't even live there.
Turn left onto North Kenmore Ave. I'm trying to figure. Can you guess what you get on the I-5 south? That's interesting.
I would expect now. I would have thought you'd just get on the 10 and you just head east.
Mm-hmm.
But what are they? Get on the 10 at all?
Cal 2 north to Glendale.
Getting on the 2.
Cal 134 east towards Pasadena, then merge on to I-210 east. This is fascinating for us. For 30, that's 37 miles.
Yeah, but where do you end up? What's the long haul?
Well, you hit up fucking I-15 north.
I-15 north, okay.
For 67 miles. And then here's the big one. You get on I-40 east for 1,215 miles.
You're taking the 40. Is that, Emma, you're nodding some in recognition.
Yes, we just did we came from Chicago, but we were on I-40 for what felt like forever. So that sounds right.
I don't drive the 40 often. I mean,
10 probably
sure
goes too south is the thing.
We probably have ridden the 40.
Yeah.
I think the 40 and Route 66 are married in some places.
Oh, okay. I want to ride that 40 more often. I want to get on I-40 a little bit more. I think maybe in the new year. Maybe that's my resolution.
To
ride I-40 a little bit more.
Is it a fun highway, Emma?
No. It's just like a highway.
No.
Most highways aren't.
Is it a fun highway?
Well, sometimes you get a highway that's like, oh, this has great views. Like if you're driving up the 1, it's like,
I love driving on the 2. The 2 is great.
The 2 is pretty nice.
I like the 2.
Okay.
Hey, if you take the 5 north or you go north of San Francisco, that's quite the treat.
Yeah.
It depends. Yeah,
PCH is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
No, a lot of those highways through like Center America are very straight and very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, PCH is nice. Then you go, north of San Simeon, it's closed.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, they're trying to go north of San Simeon. You're telling me it's closed because of the mudslides? What the heck?
Climate change.
It's bullshit.
Highways falling in the ocean.
I want to see Big Sur. That's what I say.
No. Go inland. The clam pie, fresh clams, mozzarella, parmesan, breadcrumbs, fresh lemon, red chili flake, and fresh parsley. That's a good sounding pie. $50. You're paying $50 for a pizza pie? That's where you're hitting up F&F? Fine and fancy.
Now I am going to get Silver Spoon Man shit. Look, maybe it's like, I guess, no, pearls only come in oysters, not in clams, huh? I thought maybe that was the reason for the mark.
I do, but even their pepperoni Sicilian is $45. Like, these are expensive pizzas.
I got a cheese pizza from there, and it was
$45.
fantastic. F&F.
I'm sure this place is great. I'm just saying, like, these are expensive pizzas.
Hand over the $40, you fucking cheap bastard. What the hell's his issue?
How big are they?
That's what I want to know.
Do they feed
how big
like
are
10
they?
people?
Yeah. They must be substantial, because sometimes you'll go to a place and it's like you're paying $20 for a pie and it's like a personal pie and you're kind of like, what are we doing?
They were when we got the cheese pizza, it was pretty huge.
No, these seem like big boy pizzas, but they are pricey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
big honkers.
Yeah.
Speaking of big honkers, we got to talk about the whale.
Okay, so Tammy, great segue. Tammy, I know you're a bit of a bookworm. I know you like to read, and this was not a book. This is an adaptation of a play, but Brendan Fraser's character is an English professor. I'm curious, like, did you major in English? Were you you did not? Okay, but do you have any like favorite books from like your school days or your university days that have stuck with you?
My university days. No, but I had a favorite English teacher in high school who was like a father figure, and he was really into Henry James and really into me reading Henry James. So that's what sticks with me, but that's more about him than about actually Henry James.
Do you have a favorite Henry James? Like, did you glom onto this author?
I liked him a lot. I like Portrait of a Lady a lot, but I don't know.
The Wings of the Dove guy? I think that's the one I know.
No, I think he's like Turn of the Screw.
Okay. Blank
Portrait
of the Blank
of
is his format.
Yes, of the blank. No, I was a math major, actually.
Oh, like me.
Yeah.
I was decent at math, and math was one of my good subjects. It was. I went to school for engineering.
So how do you pivot from... I did know that.
I was an engineering
No,
mate,
I know you were an engineering major originally.
Or computer
engineering.
science. Yeah.
But it's under the College of Engineering.
Yeah.
So how do you pivot? And I apologize if we discussed this before and I've just forgotten it, but how did you pivot from being a math major to being such a successful writer?
Tammy, I can answer this for you.
Please.
Comedy, there is, when you break it down, it's basically almost math-like. There's equations to every joke.
It is in a very nerdy way. I went to University of Chicago, and there's a big like a Common Core there where they make you take a million classes outside of your major, like the Common Core. And one of them was sociology. And they had us read Durkheim. And if I have said this before on your show, then I truly apologize, because we had to read this book by Emil Durkheim and then go observe a social group and see the totems in the group. And so people go to like a fraternity or a Quaker meeting. And I went to observe the improv group on campus because that's what I secretly wanted. And then wrote a little mini paper about it.
This sounds like someone like doing research on Scientology and then becoming a Scientologist.
Right.
Yes. It kind of was that. And so I ended up like dating one of the guys and becoming best friends with one of the girls and then auditioning for the group.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Patterns and division.
Right.
They're very similar in many ways.
Yes.
Nick, were you pure math or were you like applied math or computer science?
My math major was specifically mathematics of computation, which was like Mitch, it was not like a computer science thing. It was like math focused, but it had like elements of like integrating computing and computer science. So I was also taking programming classes and stuff.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of that. But honestly, I probably shouldn't have been doing it. I just was like really wanted to work in video games, and programming was the easiest way in. But
yeah, it sucked if I remember correctly. Once I took a class in college, I was like, I don't like this.
I can do math, but I'm not like a math-brained person as much as I would like to be. I'm more of like for me, like things like writing and literature come a lot easier. Like that's just like a lot more natural for me. But I fell into, I had a career I wanted to do and was going in that direction. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the fucking whale. And so had you seen The Whale before?
No.
Right. Because you were telling us, so we had the premise of whale draft, which Mitch came up with. And my understanding of it, my interpretation of whale draft was we're going to be drafting famous whales. So I relayed that to you. And then I got corrected that no, we're drafting things from the movie The Whale, which led to you forcing yourself to watch The Whale.
The email I got from Amelia, super charming, was the topic will be a draft of capital T, the capital W, The Whale, I'm sorry. Like, I don't even think there was a period between The Whale and I'm sorry. So then we were like, I'm sorry I wasn't clear. I was like, oh, no, it was clearly The Whale. It wasn't ever like whale things. So then I emailed back, hey, since y'all are making me watch The Whale, what if we do a double draft and watch also my favorite movie, The Fugitive?
Love The Fugitive.
And then, but I felt very self-conscious throwing that out there because it's like a lot of work to do more. And you guys are recording a bunch of episodes. And I even ran it by Doughboys' favorite, Zach Cherry.
Wow.
Who was like, yeah, absolutely. You should do that. I don't even know why you're asking. Don't apologize. So then, of course, I still apologize. And then I didn't hear back for a day. So then I just quickly wrote back. I was like, never mind. We'll just do The Whale.
That I can explain because you emailed on a Sunday and I'm offline on Sunday.
You don't have a phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I didn't see that till Monday. When I saw it on Monday, I replied, but you already sent the apology by then. But I would have been down to do The Fugitive as an additional component, but also I didn't understand the premise. So I guess it was just unclear to me because I thought we were not talking about with the movie The Whale obviously would come up, but I thought we were talking about whales generally.
I saw your email. I didn't respond to
No,
it.
yeah, Mitch was no part of this. Then Nick and I had a bunch of very polite back and forths where he was like, it could just be whale things. And I was like, no, I'll watch The Whale. I'm in for it. I'm in for The Whale. Amelia very sweetly apologized again. I was like, no, this is quintessential Doughboys double. Like, this is what happens when you do the double. You
want us to do a fugitive draft? Is that what it was?
Even Mitch, no. Look,
this is so rogue. It's Mission Impossible 5 over here. It's Rogue Nation. Here's the truth. It was my last day in Quincy, so I cut my trip short, which was a very long trip, I guess.
Yeah. You cut it down from 8 weeks to 7.
It was a great trip. On Thursday night, it was Breslin's 41st birthday.
At Breslin.
And we were watching the Celtics. Mike and I just out at a bar on a Thursday night, and he bet us that he could run a mile backwards in under 8 minutes.
Yes.
And me and Micus were like, no, you can't. You just turned 41. You can't do it. And we were like, we'll give you under 10 minutes that you could the Breslin backwards mile.
Now, I would say, being in your 40s, if you're not super active, running a mile. He's
active, yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you're not super active and you're in your 40s, running a mile
in under 10
minutes is not necessarily easy. Running backwards,
I can't do it. I can't run a mile in under 10 minutes. We said, can you run a backward? We said, we'll give you like $100 each if you can do it.
Oh, I thought the bet was you can't answer emails for a few days if I do this.
Well, you hear what's going on. Things were going on back there.
Yeah. And so did he do it?
Well, we had been drinking. It was about 1 a.m.
Oh,
and so we went down to the high school.
You're going to say, so no, we went home and went to bed.
Well, Breslin was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right now. We're like, okay. And then we went down to the high school, and he got on the track next to the high school. And it was so funny because immediately he was like, okay, all right. And then, like, he just started to jog backwards. I was like, there's no way on earth he's going to fucking do this.
That's 4 laps around the track.
It was so immediately like, and it was like, you're going so slow. You're never going to do it. It was 4 laps around the track, yes. And he also had fall. He said he fell. We couldn't see him. He like disappeared. But he did half a mile backwards.
That's impressive.
So he did 1 lap and he's like, what's my time? And he was at like almost 4 minutes, which for the pace he wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're on pace. You're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And so he kept going. He went around again.
That's very funny.
Micus told him the truth, and he was just getting mad at Micus because like I was the one who was being an asshole. And then he went around him again, and he fell. He's like, I fell, and he's like, I quit. But Breslin, I got to give you props. He did a half a mile backwards in like 8 minutes, under 8 minutes.
Yeah,
which is fucking crazy. It's really good,
especially after some drinks.
It's crazy
in the middle of the night.
He thinks he can do under 10. He says he's going to train to get under 10, but I don't think he can do it. It's fun. The fastest backwards mile was like 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
What, like in history?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not easy
hard
to do. You could do it. I think you could even do it in your 40s, but you'd have to train for it, and you have to be, it's because it's also a specific sort of like. As someone who doesn't run as much anymore, but you used to run a lot, it's like a different set of muscle groups.
Oh yeah, he was hurting really bad afterwards. Yeah. Anyways, I was clearly very busy in Quincy.
That was Thursday, and then the email was Sunday, and then the email conversation was Monday. Anyway, I watched The Whale.
I was flying on Monday. That is the truth. And Sunday, I was seeing every Mitchell I hadn't seen because my trip got cut short. But I wouldn't have been able to watch the movie probably anyway. So it's good. And you know what? I've never seen The Fugitive.
You've never seen The Fugitive?
Oh my God, it's so good.
We should book your return trip and we should do The Fugitive. Yes. And we can do a Fugitive draft, or we can do whatever. We can just talk about the movie. It's also like a top 50 movie or something for me. I mean, I love that movie. It's such a great action movie. It's perfectly crafted, and as one of those things where it's like, it's an adaptation that shouldn't work. It's like, okay, this kind of, pulpy, serialized TV show from the 60s or whatever is just like, and then they turn it into just like a top-notch, like, action thriller. It's great. The other thing I love is just how compact it is. Like, the credits are still going, and we get all the way through his trial, the murder, his trial, and his escape. All happens while we're still getting, like, production design by, John Wilhelm. It's like, this is fucking nuts.
It's so It's also a great Chicago movie. It's really
it is a great Chicago movie, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta see it. Gotta see it. It's so good.
I'm wearing an Action Boys T-shirt right now.
I was gonna say I like it.
And this is their new merch that they have through our partners at Kinship Goods. It's all really great stuff. But yeah, that movie they've talked about at length. And when I saw their live show in Chicago, everyone was wearing green hats, like from the St. Patrick's Day parade in the movie. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Mitch, there's St. Patrick's Day.
I'm in. I'm already in.
It's a great movie. You'd love it.
Fantastic. Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford at their absolute peak.
Best.
I know that he's in a tunnel and says, "I didn't kill my wife," and Tommy Lee Jones is like, "I don't care," or something like that.
Yes. Look in every outhouse, chicken house, digging outhouse.
How is it a Chicago movie? Just because it's in Chicago? Does he go to Second City? Does he?
Yeah, he goes to Second City, Mitch.
He hangs out by the lake. No, it's just
Dell, what do I do?
You gotta improvise.
There are really good Chicago actors and improvisers in it, including Jane Lynch. One of her
cool.
Right, yes.
parts.
That's great.
Yeah.
This is a thing that got relayed on Action Boys, so now I'm just saying something that happened on another podcast. But like Jane Lynch's anecdote about Harrison Ford on that movie and how, because she's like playing a doctor in that movie, right? Or like a radiologist. I can't remember exactly what her role is, but she's like, he's talking to her, and like the thing he told her was when she had her reaction shots, it was like, hey, close your mouth, you'll look stupid.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's just like a very practical thing. If you're just
I know that anecdote, and I purposefully keep my mouth open in scenes. I swear to God. I do.
It's funnier.
I'm just like I like always will have like my mouth open.
No, yeah. No, it's amazing what like a small tell that is, but I don't know. I like that.
I do too. I do too.
Okay, so we're not talking The Fugitive, but Mitch is going to watch it. You'll come back. What's that?
Do I look smart right now?
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah, you look like a fucking world-class brainiac.
I kind of am dressed like the whale, but let's get into the whale.
I would not say you're dressed like the whale.
Doesn't he have a hoodie?
Does he have a hoodie? Tammy watched it recently. I think he's wearing a t-shirt most of the time, like a sloppy t-shirt.
Most of the time. Yeah, when he dresses up, it's like a polo.
Yeah.
The one.
Oh, the whale polo.
What? Okay, so you watched The Whale for the first time. Before we get into the draft, what were your assessments of the movie? How did you feel? And also, did you feel like we fairly characterized it on the podcast?
I feel like, feel like it's granted that it's good. You don't have to talk about how it's good.
It feels so much like a play. It never breaks out of just feeling like you're watching a play. And it just keeps being like, oh, I'd rather just see this live. Because right now I feel it adds this level of artifice to it that is just a bummer.
There is a feeling of it being a play, and you're like, I can't leave. I have to like watch this shitty play all the way through for whatever reason. I couldn't turn it off because I just felt like it was fascinating in that way too. I wanted to get to the end of it. Which is insane too. The ending is
wild.
Maybe the most insane part of the entire movie.
Yeah,
we were talking about.
Don't think it works.
Like the last few seconds when he goes. Oh,
almost everything at the end is truly just bonkers.
It's just such a play. It's like one of those things where you're like, and because they added music to everything because it's a movie. It makes it feel worse, actually. It makes it feel faker. So you're having all like the bad parts of a play of like the dialogue feels so written.
Right.
And then you also have a constant, is it soundtrack underneath or whatever? Yeah. There's a scoring. There's constant scoring underneath. So yeah, it got in the way of stuff.
I kind of like the score actually, like on its own, but just within the context of the movie, I totally agree with you.
That ministry kid feels the most play-like.
Ty Simpkins
is the most play-like element to me. It's so like just like walking in. Also, you know what I mean?
You think he's more? Oh yes. His entrances and exits are very theatrical. But I
not leaving, like him just like standing there, like I should go. It's like then go.
I'm sure that daughter is a good actor too, but she is so unlikable in the movie that was another part of it for me where I was like, character seems to have no redeeming qualities. But sorry to jump on.
No, the most play thing for me was the pizza guy who would just talk from the other side of the door.
Yes.
And just
which by the way,
100%, which we'll talk about.
we hated the fact that he sees the whale and is like, oh my God.
Yeah, he's like,
what the fuck? What are you talking about?
Living in Idaho, you've seen someone the whale sized at a certain point.
Also, you're dropping off a pizza for this guy who doesn't want you to see you constantly.
Exactly. Yeah.
What the fuck are you?
What do you expect?
What the fuck do you expect? You dumb fucking.
I've seen the whale sized people on casino floors. It's like this is not like a crazy thing.
And why are you having that reaction? Like,
right.
If you see him, like, then whatever, look a little sad, but don't look like.
But I put a lot of that on the director because, and I like Darren Aronofsky, but it's like it's the you get the same reaction.
I like Aronofsky too, but if I run into him, is his jaw gonna drop when he sees me?
He does exist.
It's not gonna do the Eminem Santa thing to me.
Life a house of pies.
The same reaction that the pizza guy gets, like the cartoonish guffaw, is the same thing his students get on the Zoom call when he finally reveals his webcam. And it's just like, yeah, exactly. They're taking Tami is raising up her phone to take pictures of the Zoom call like they do in the movie, which is so fucking dumb. But it's also like it's just no one would react like it's whatever. Yes, I get that it's a movie, it's a work of fiction, so characters can react in a way that's not necessarily realistic.
I don't think
I'd
ever would have reacted.
But I don't think it adds anything for that.
I don't think I would have reacted that age that way at any age.
Yes,
I think if I was even 5 years old, I'd just be like, hello. Yeah. Like I wouldn't. It's insane. It's such an insane thing.
There's one guy who smirks a little, and I was like, that is the only honest reaction. It's just like a shitty little smirk.
Yeah. Right.
But the number of phones that came out to record us, it's just like, fuck off. Yeah. What? You all knew that's why the camera was off. You knew that's why the camera was off.
Yes.
Because you didn't want to be seen.
It feels antiquated, but then also at the same time, I'm like, I truly don't think in the 80s there would even be like a big, like people don't react to this. There are horrible people, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
People who are mean, but like not like it's not like covering your mouth and being shocked by it is weird. And the delivery guy is the weirdness to me because it's
very very dumb. Anyway, not a good movie.
No.
But we are dedicating an episode to drafting things from it. So
did I cry? Yes. Did I still fucking and then be so mad at myself for crying? Yes.
Look, you said that a whale draft just opening to everything whale, so like of course Payakan's gonna go high up.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, we're gonna fight over Payakan for the number one pick.
Yeah. And so it's good that you know what, maybe we can each draft Payakan if we want to.
Everyone gets Payakan as like a free space on a bingo card.
Payakan is there.
We all get Payakan. Payakan's from The Way of Water, another film I would recommend you to watch.
The better whale movie of that year of 2022.
22? Yeah. Avatar: The Way of Water.
You would recommend that, like watching that at home, like not even in.
I haven't watched it at home.
Nick and I have watched it at home, and Nick and I would highly recommend.
Really?
Avatar 2.
It's a great movie.
It was my favorite movie that year. I think.
Did you like Avatar 1?
No.
Oh, okay. I think Avatar: Way of Water is better. Like, I think it's just like a better film, but I think it's worth watching. If they ever, theater's the way to see it, but I would watch it, yeah.
If you cried at The Whale, you're going to cry at Avatar 2, I'll tell you that.
It's well crafted.
I was mad at every tour. Okay, so if it's re-released, I'll go see it in a theater. You can.
Yeah, I think that's good.
What were you mad at? You were mad at what?
I was mad at every tier that came out because it was so like, you know what I mean? It was so I don't want to be fucking crying, but I still am.
Yeah, it's like crying at a dog food commercial. It's like, why did they get manipulated like this? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if I see someone die and they make it like put emotional music over it, I can be a Marvel movie and I'll cry. I'm saying like it doesn't matter. They can always get you. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really mean much to me. It can be a very bad movie.
Mitch, this may shock you, but I'm not really much of a crier at the movies.
Oh yeah, you don't say. It wouldn't have shocked me if you said I'm not really a crier at funerals. I do not like this movie. Before we get into it, do you have any movies that you love from this year?
Oh, great
2023. Because we are in Oscar season. We may have a Doughboys Oscar special. But
fucking Doughboys Oscar Mayer special.
And the weenie goes too. That's funny.
That is good.
I think we got to do it. Were there any that I loved? Killers of the Flower
in memoriam. My baloney has a first name.
Who are we showing who's dead?
Livestock.
I can't think of anything that I've seen this year besides Ferrari. I can't.
Did you like Ferrari?
Anything. I did not.
I didn't love it either.
I liked it.
I
didn't think it was
Michael
like great,
Mann,
but I liked it.
Directed, right?
I really didn't.
I liked Killers of the Flower Moon, and I liked
great picture.
I liked The Killer.
Killer was good.
I liked a couple more. Oh, I really liked. Have you seen Anatomy of a Fall?
Anatomy of a Fall is great.
Those are the big three in my mind.
I loved Maestro, and Maestro was polarizing. But I thought Maestro was just like awesome filmmaking. I really liked Priscilla. You mentioned Killers of the Flower Moon.
Priscilla's not bad either.
Past Lives I really liked.
I like Past Lives a lot. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Good New York movie too. And then I also we didn't mention Oppenheimer, which I feel like you have to mention. Oppenheimer, of course, just a great movie, an all timer. But I'm sure I'm forgetting some. Oh, and of course the from an animated perspective, Boy and the Heron.
Oh yeah,
great
I haven't
movie.
seen it yet.
Seen Boy and the Heron twice. It's fantastic. You should definitely check it out.
This guy went movie crazy this year. He watched a bunch of them.
I love cinema. Blue Giant's great.
Martin Scorsese's going to reach out and tell you to stop promoting movies.
Fallen Leaves was
down a notch.
Did you see Fallen Leaves? Fallen Leaves was great.
No, I got to see it.
Yeah.
Well, this one was, Brendan Fraser won Best Actor. He's on the board, by the way. You can take Brendan Fraser if you want to. But we should start the draft.
We should start the draft, yeah. 46 minutes into the episode. We should get to the premise of the episode.
We each have Piacon.
We each have Piacon, so we've all got that on our roster. Tami, you're our guest. You can have the number one pick. And should we do this snake style, or should we do this whale style? Or like you go down and then you come back up to surface?
That's pretty good.
Okay, so we'll start.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll start at 1, and then we'll get Mitch. You or I will go next, and then the person at the bottom will get 2 picks, and then we'll go back up to 1. When you surface, then you'll get 2 picks in a row.
When you asked if we should do the snake style, I was going to go yes. I thought that would have been good.
That would have been good.
Kind of like a snake.
Well, why don't we?
But
why
now
don't we
I don't
take
really
that?
know what noise that a whale makes.
Why don't we take that, and then Emma, you can just use whichever one plays better in the edit. So I'll just do it. I'll just set you up again. Do we want to do the snake style?
Yes. All right, now ask me if I want to do a whale style.
Do you want to do this whale style?
Wait,
Okay, so we got some options there.
Ask me if you want to do the whale style.
Hey, so Tami, do you want to do this whale style?
Oh, yeah, I think we're going to do the whale style.
All right, that's good.
Jemmy leaned her whole head on Mitch, and it's
Very
the
cute.
cutest fucking thing.
It is cute.
So cute.
Right near a Del Taco sauce packet stain.
I watch the video. I don't watch the video feed. I only listen to the audio, and so when they're talking about Jemmy, I feel like I'm left out on the content of the episode. I think they should not mention Jemmy, or Jemmy, even better, should not be in the studio ever.
I think this was an actual real Reddit post.
Yeah, I'm just reading from our subreddit.
Jamie moves around in the video, distracts me too much. That's your problem.
She's perfect.
Who gets to? Do we give Tami the option of where she wants?
Tami.
Oh yeah, I want to go first.
You want to go
That's
first?
the one I know.
Okay, great. Go for it.
I want. He has a tumbler that must be at least 128 ounces. It's like
Yeah,
this.
it's a big boy.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
It looks enormous, and his huge fat suit hands. It looks really big. So,
Yeah.
so I want that.
Wow. Number one pick on the board.
As you take a sip, can I
There's a-
ask what's in your tumbler currently?
Coke Zero, bitch.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is my life hack. The Yeti Rambler with the little thing. It keeps it bubbly all day long.
It keeps it bubbly because I've got the Yeti, and I don't know which. Can I see the top of that? I don't know if you can clock it a little bit towards me. Okay, that's a different one than what I have because that one has the straw. I've got the one that I use for hot beverages that I use every morning on my AM walk. And Emma's holding it up right now. But yeah, I got one from I think Allbirds sent us one or Bird Dogs. Like one of those brands sent us one, and then my parents also sent me one and were like, "Hey, this is spill proof," which was very nice of them.
Remember that we got a spill proof glass that like literally stuck to a table?
Yeah.
and you like can't knock it over, and Weig spilled it. It was.
I
did it
remember that
immediately.
episode
Yeah,
within
it's so insane.
seconds. I remember that episode very well.
I think I still have that somewhere. Who am I going second or are you?
What do you? I'll give you the option. Do you want to go second or do you want 2 picks in a row?
I'll go second.
Okay.
With a second pick, I choose Jacking Off.
It's on my board.
So Jacking Off, I'll say porn is still on the board, just so you know. But Jacking Off.
Yeah, let's put on some porno and not jack off.
You can do that.
You can.
Man, I gave you 2 picks in a row, but Jacking Off would have gotten picked if I didn't do it. So Jacking Off is my pick. The Whale does it. I don't know if he ever completes. Oh, he does.
He does. He absolutely does.
He
That's
does.
like the start of the movie. That was like the cold open of the movie.
Yeah, that's what's so creepy is he completes and then like seconds later is like Moby Dick story. He's like just looking for that paper. It's very close in time.
It's really strange.
All right,
Yeah.
Jacking Off does that include Coming then, or do I have to? Is Coming its own thing?
I mean, I
it
think of it as
includes.
part of it. Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
okay, all right, great.
It
great,
includes.
great. Thank you.
Okay.
Very kind of you, actually.
This is tricky. That was at the top of my list. It's off the board, but I am going to pick something.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. Mitch saying thank you for saying that cum is included was very. It felt very intimate and raw. It made me a little sad. Okay, I'm so sorry, Nick.
No,
Nick, I'm so sorry. You go ahead.
I love it. Okay, I get 2 picks in a row right now.
You're gonna take one that I want. I know it, but that's okay.
I probably am going to take one that you want because my other big one on the board that I think is pretty crucial to the Whale's existence and I think pretty crucial to living in 2024. Food delivery.
Food delivery?
The concept of food delivery.
That's big. That's very big.
So I'm taking food delivery off the board and adding it to my squad along with Payakon. And the next one.
Food delivery?
How could we do this episode without something that we use for our profession and that the Whale uses for his own profession?
Not Zoom.
Video chat.
No.
Wow.
Whoa.
Give me video chat.
Whoa.
All right, Mitch, it's back to you.
Does that mean we have to kick Tami off this one since you just took it?
No, because this can be my video chat call that I'm using for our Doughboys.
So you got a food delivery. My question to you is that he actually gets a meatball sub brought to him.
Yeah, that's not covered. If your friend brings you a meatball sub, that's not food delivery. But you've got to like call up Breslin and be like, "Hey, man, you owe me one."
Can you walk backwards over here with a meatball sub? I have to choose meatball sub then. I need the meatball sub.
Okay.
I need to draft meatball sub. I get food delivery, which for now I'm in a tough situation because I'm the Whale, I guess, in this scenario. And
you don't have to be the Whale. I think you're still you. I mean, we can all have our own headcanon here, but my thing is we're still us, but we're drafting elements from the Whale to enhance our own.
So I can get meatball subs, but I can't get it delivered.
Yes.
God, it's basically like taking it away from me. I think the two
Pull a Jared, walk over to the subway, get a meatball sub, and walk home.
You think that the Whale should have pulled a Jared?
Yeah, he'd have those big jeans.
Yeah, there's also, I mean, pulling a Jared means a lot of different things.
You have jacking off. That was the first thing you
That's
grabbed.
true.
You already have jacking off.
Yeah,
I got jacking off and meatball subs.
Yeah,
to me, those are two very important things of the Whale.
Also, very Jared adjacent if we're talking about it.
100%.
Okay, Tami, you now get 2 in a row to go along with your first. Remind me what your first pick is. Oh, big tumbler.
Yeah, huge tumbler.
Huge tumbler, 128-ounce tumbler.
With a straw. Okay. Next up, I want Liz, the friend who will literally do everything for you.
Yeah, that's a good friend.
That's a great.
Hung Chau's character.
Yeah,
that's a great friend.
It's insane what she does for him.
She's an enabler, which is unhealthy, but it's also like she clearly loves him, which is,
Yes.
Yeah, you want that in a friend.
That's a good one.
Unconditional acceptance.
Yeah, and then I'll take $120,000.
Pretty good, honestly. Which is what he has in his bank account.
Yeah.
It's revealed. Yeah. $120,000. Pretty good.
All
right, Mitch, you've got Payakon, jacking off, and a meatball.
$120,000 is really good.
That's really good.
And the tumbler. Don't forget the fucking huge tumbler.
Mitch is picturing just adding extra flights to his house. Is an MC Escher painting right now?
I'm not adding any more flights. If anything, got a leak going on right now, Wags. You know all about this. The leak.
That's right.
$120,000. You got a friend that does stuff for you at $120,000 and a tumbler, and I have jacking off in a meatball sub. Which is very, for me, okay, my next.
But with those $120,000, Tami can buy 0 meatball subs.
That's true.
So that's a thing to think about.
That's true. I think I'm gonna, this is my next draft, is sitting down.
Great pick.
The whale sits down.
Yeah, he loves to sit down.
So
wow.
The whale.
We can't sit.
No, you can't sit.
It's extremely constraining.
Mm-hmm. You can stand.
And I can lie down.
Lay down. You can lie down, yeah.
Kind of takes away going to the movies, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, which the whale doesn't do.
The whale doesn't do, but like I'm talking about in my own life.
You can still draft porno movies if you want.
I'd have to go to a porno theater with like a lie down seat.
Yeah.
I don't think they have at the Tiki Theater.
No. Get Willard. I mean, Willard's passed away. Why did I bring him up for this moment? A great man. I love him. And who cares that he went to the Tiki Theater? I think it's
the
great.
The nicest man.
Very nice man. He
Bothering
went to the Tiki Theater.
Yeah.
Didn't bother
nicest
anybody.
Wife.
Yeah.
But jacking off is off the board, so he couldn't even have done it. If I'm saying in this scenario. Very nice man.
I'm going to tell the story. We might edit it out. This might legit be an edit point. But the day he got caught, I was working on the day he got arrested, I was working on a set, and there was an older actor there who had done, I believe, Second City with Fred Willard. She was an older woman. She's a very great actor, very funny, and we were talking about like just in hushed tones. I was talking with another writer, and we're talking about Fred Willard. You see what happens? Like kind of crazy. And she was like, it was at lunch, and she was overhearing us. She was like, "Oh, what happened to Fred?" And we're like, "Oh God, I don't know how to breach this." And we're just like, he got arrested. He got himself into some trouble. Like he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. And she goes, "What was he jacking off?"
That's so funny.
But she was kidding, right?
No, she was making a joke, but like also she was like, it was like clearly like we were talking like, oh, you this delicate older woman, and she was like I don't fucking care, you know. And it was one of those things where
she was right.
We were being weird, and she was right.
And also, who cares? He went to a jack-off theater.
It's fine.
That's what is enraging. Is why the fuck were the cops there? Why the fuck did the press pick it up?
They do stings
enraging.
There. Like they just do stings every so often.
Yeah, fucking arrest people who are.
There was an LA Times piece on the Tiki Theater that I read recently. Actually, it was maybe published this year. It was very recent.
Look, there's you can buy different tickets for the Tiki Theater. I know a lot about the Tiki Theater.
I from this article that you buy like for a length of time. You're not buying for an individual movie. And so a lot of the clientele, and it's just very depressing to read now, a lot of the clientele for the Tiki Theater these days is people who like got $5, bought an $8 ticket, and are just sleeping indoors for a time. So it's like, it's a place for public masturbators and like, maybe some people to add some hookup culture, but it's also for people who are just like, don't have another place to sleep or just like,
I get mad at the people that go in there and try to
drugs
sleep because
somewhere.
I'm trying to jack off.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I mean, like, I think it would be fun to go to the Tiki Theater, but what you were saying in the article, it does just seem like it would be.
It seems like not a fun place to hang out.
It doesn't seem like it seems like it serves a purpose.
Yeah,
but then they bust it every so often. You think for drugs mostly, right? And then like I think he was just unlucky with the time that he was there. Anyways,
I think it's all kind of wrapped up too in some like old, like old school, like kind of gay panic sort of stuff, just like, or just sort of like puritanical, like this is stuff that's going on in here is like, oh, we're judging this. I don't know.
I don't judge it. I think I love it.
It's fine.
Is it my? I drafted sitting down.
You just drafted sitting down.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how far back you can get the AMC recliner. You might be able to see a movie still. But
I might be able to see it at the AMC. Okay, so you've got Payakon jacking off meatball sub and sitting down. Tami has Payakon 128-ounce tumbler with a straw. Liz, the good friend, and $120,000. I've got Payakon, food delivery, and video chat. I get to add 2 picks here. I'm feeling pretty good about my roster, so I think I can get a little bit more esoteric. First thing I'm going to draft. Love this in cinema, and I do think it's artfully used in The Whale, the movie. The 4:3 aspect ratio.
Whoa.
Give me that near square aspect ratio. A lot of classic TV in 4:3. You want to watch Simpsons in the proper aspect ratio? You're watching it in 4:3.
All right.
So I'm taking 4:3.
Also, now you can watch. No one can watch the porn he watches. You can't watch because I think that is 4:3.
You think that isn't 4:3?
I think it is.
Okay, it might be. The movie certainly is. And then that brings me to my next pick. This movie is directed by Darren Aronofsky. Or Aronofsky. How do you say it? Aronofsky? Aronofsky?
I don't know. Aronofsky. Aronofsky, right? Yeah.
Aron. I don't know if you say that Aaron or Aaron.
Aronofsky.
Aronofsky.
What the fuck are you going to draft?
Prolific director. Not a prolific director, but a director with a well, prolific means he like makes a movie every year. He doesn't do that. He's made a number of films. Of varying quality. I overall really like him.
Great.
Wrestler's a great movie. Requiem for a Dream, great movie. People are torn about, some movies like Mother and Noah, but he makes interesting films. Even The Whale, Noah, I think, is an interesting film. And he's also responsible for the installation movie that plays at my draft pick, the Las Vegas Sphere. Give me the Sphere, baby.
What the fuck?
I want the Sphere.
How do you get the Las Vegas Sphere?
I got the Las Vegas Sphere.
How?
That's good.
Because Aronofsky directed the film that plays at the Las Vegas Sphere.
That is so fucking...
You took sitting down, Mitch. You took sitting down.
It's a huge aspect of the whale's personality. He sits.
I thought Aronofsky directed Life of Pi. I think he just directed Pi, right?
Yes, Pi. Yeah, Life of Pi is.
So my whole Life of House of Pi's joke was bad to begin with, but it really
still works.
bad.
I was thinking of House of Pi.
I was thinking of Pi, the movie Pi. I thought it still worked.
I was thinking, I thought it was a reference to House of Pies.
It is a reference. The actual restaurant House of Pies.
It was, but the Life of it's an Ang Lee movie. But I applaud the Sphere. I think that's a bold move.
I think it's a bullshit pick.
I'm taking the Sphere.
God.
I think
back to Mitch.
I'm gonna draft. This is tough. I have like 3 more things that I want to draft.
Really?
How many picks do we have? Because we've all got I have 5 now, and Tami will have 5 or 6 after this next round. Are we going to 6?
Yeah, we're going to 6 with Payakon.
Okay.
I'm gonna draft.
I don't want to scare you, Mitch, but that will be 666.
Wow.
Oh, god damn it.
I think we should go to 7. I think we should go to Lucky Sevens because we're in Vegas.
That's great. I love that.
All right, fine. Lucky 7. I'm in for 7. I'm gonna go. Okay, so for this pick, I could get everything I want then.
Okay.
So for this one, I will choose. This is one that I was gonna dash, but I don't think you guys will think. I don't think you guys will have my other picks in your head. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pick this instead. I'm gonna pick Moby Dick.
Fuck, because on my list. I thought it would still be around.
I knew it. You would I knew you'd try to get Moby Dick. So Moby Dick is my pick.
Why?
The novel Moby Dick, because it's a big part of the whale. And in the novel Moby Dick, what is the quote?
In the incredible book Moby Dick by the author Herman Melville, the author recounts his story of being lost at sea.
It's a great book. So I'm sitting down, and I have a book if I need it, and I have a meatball sub, and I can jack off. So I feel like I'm covered in many ways.
Unless you also draft porno, you're going to have to be jacking off to Moby Dick.
Well, I've never read it before. There might be a few fucking saucy passages.
There actually are.
Well, there we go.
This is the thing we talked about, and Tami, since you're an avid reader, maybe this is a thing you could weigh in on. We've talked about the Mitch One Book Challenge. I think 2024 is the year to have the One Book Challenge actually take place. I think we can do a follow-up episode at the end of the year and see which book you read and you give us a report on it. Maybe I can probably read it as well. We can comment on it.
Is there a book Diegetics?
Is there a book you wanna comment on, or the book you want to commit to? You said the L. Ron Hubbard book Dianetics, but you don't.
Oh, it's Dianetics.
Yeah,
I said
Diegetics, like the music.
Oh yeah, we talked about it earlier. Dianetics. I think I'm gonna read. Well, I told you that I really want to read, and I've never read it before. Oh shit, what's it called?
Fiction, nonfiction?
It's fiction.
Is there an author? Can you think of the author?
No.
Genre?
No, hold on a second.
Okay.
Come back to me.
Okay. Mitch is intensely pushing his
Good Night Moon.
Pushing his
It's
fingers
not
to his
Good Night
nose.
Moon.
His eyes.
Confederacy of Dunces.
Oh, Confederacy of Dunces. Okay.
I want to read Confederacy of Dunces. I've never read it before.
I've never read it either. Tammy,
You don't
read
like it?
I read it years and years ago. I did not love it, but
Really?
I also read it like 30 years ago. So it probably wasn't right for me.
Breslin also
Yeah.
said to me, he was like, he basically told me I couldn't read it. He's like, it's a hard book to read. Which I fuck off.
If you're interested in it, I mean I think
I
that's
might read it.
All right, you don't have to commit now, but I think it's a thing you should be thinking of.
Yeah.
Have
I think
you
it could be
read
fun
like,
to do.
To Kill a Mockingbird?
I've read that before. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've read some of the classics. Hell, I read Beowulf, which I didn't like.
Oh, I like Beowulf.
I was thinking To Kill a Mockingbird's a really good read.
It's a
Yeah.
good read.
So,
Yeah.
I read plenty of books back in the day.
I believe you. With the habit
You
you've
know, the
fallen
last
out
couple
of, you've
years-
talked about doing some
Yeah.
reading.
All right, yeah.
It could be Moby Dick. That's another one you've talked about.
I've heard Moby Dick is really good.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll
It's
I'll
a bit,
read
but it's a
Moby Dick.
big boy. That's a big commitment.
That's all right.
a lot of boring stuff about whales that I felt bad because
The author was trying to remind
Yeah.
us of his own sad story.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can't choose Moby Dick, but
Okay.
you do have two choices now.
2 picks.
Yes. Okay.
Before your last pick.
Okay. The one I know for sure is that candy drawer that he has. He
Oh,
opens
candy
and
drawer.
It's just like
Great
full
choice.
size
That's really,
candy
really
bars
good.
in there.
Yeah.
Definitely choose that. How fun would that be? Just full size Halloween candy bars.
That's really good.
I'd worry about meltage, but if you could control the temperature, I'd feel good
I
about
don't
it.
think he has to worry about it as much where he is, wherever he is, in that
Yeah, I guess
coastal
so.
place that he is. Yeah.
He's in Idaho, but also I looked up to see how much rain there is in Idaho because I don't know if you remember this. It's raining throughout the entire movie,
Pouring, yeah.
nonstop, over a week. Apparently, Idaho gets less rain than average, 18 inches to America's average of 38 inches.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
crazy.
So yeah. Just so I was like, this movie isn't real. Too much rain. Okay.
Right.
So
Idaho
I got-
is still on the board, though, which is a good reminder.
right.
You
really
can
good
draft
reminder.
Idaho.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take the candy drawer and then I will take the bottle of Ambien.
Damn.
Ambien's a good choice.
You got some good you have a good lineup.
Yeah. Some really practical choices too.
But
Some fun ones, but some practical ones.
this is tough for me and I won't say the other one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because you have 2 picks, but we're only get one of them now.
All right. I think I have to pick this because come on, how can you not? I choose levitation. The whale-
It's very handy.
The whale levitates.
Be a
at
nice
one point,
superpower.
as you remember.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
yep.
the whale levitates at the end of the movie.
I mean, I think the implication is ascending to a different plane, but you're
Yeah.
saying you could just levitate in daily life.
Sure. Well,
Right.
whatever that is, I want that. I
Okay.
want that power.
Got it.
I want the power.
That's
I
a
think
good
he's
one.
just dying.
Yeah.
Okay. I choose dying.
Do you want to pivot from levitation to death to dying?
I mean, my last pick was going to be dying or the end of the movie. Like, I wanted to draft the movie ending.
Yes.
The whale ending. I think that's the best pick. So dying / the movie ending. That's
Is that
my
your pick?
Yeah.
Dying / the movie ending?
So, like,
Yeah.
if you draft that, everybody else in the future who watches The Whale, they can never end. Like,
Yeah,
it
just keeps
has
going.
to keep playing forever.
Yeah, definitely.
Go forever.
Like a soap opera?
Levitation, dying, the movie ending. I guess that's what I want. I want that moment.
What is your pick then?
I mean, floating/dying, I guess.
All right, I'll write down floating/dying.
Slash the whale being over.
The whale ending. It feels a little ambiguous. And
this is one of those bullshit Mitch moves where he tries to win a game. And
yeah,
just,
exactly.
Like, destroys it.
I don't know if
process.
people are going to be on board with dying. I mean, look, this guy took the sphere, this Vegas sphere.
Yeah, but that was one discrete thing. I didn't take the concept of gambling.
There's
and
no
Las
sphere
Vegas.
in the movie unless you watch the whale in the sphere.
It's
yeah,
like
but it's
him
connected.
taking the sphere and the concept of enlightenment
love.
and also
All right, fine.
yeah.
You can get that.
I've got the sphere and love.
Yeah.
All right, I'll pivot my pick from the sphere to sphere and love.
But I get levitation/dying slash the whale ending.
Got it. Well, I think it's only fair that Tami should get to amend one of her picks to be a hybrid pick.
Sure.
Okay, I'll
It has to be in the whale verse, though.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Okay, I get 2 picks in a row to round out my roster.
Okay.
This is tricky because I know I have like a lot of ways I can go, and anytime you commit yourself to like the finality of like this is my list, you want to make sure it's well rounded, and I'm not sure if I'm fully delivering on this, but where would I be without the pen? Where would I be without my keyboard? I am taking creative writing.
That sucks.
Creative writing is my pick. And
that sucks.
Here's the other thing I'm going to say. Here's my final pick. This movie, as it emphasizes again and again, takes place against the backdrop of the 2016 GOP primary. And there was a candidate in 2016 named Ben Carson, who famously had a cameo in the film Stuck on You, starring Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear, directed by the Farrelly brothers. My final pick.
This is insane. In the whale draft, he has drafted the Farrelly brothers.
Something about Mary, Kingpin.
You just
got a
took
bunch
a
of laughs
longer
in there.
walk than the whale ever did in his whole life. That is a long walk.
All right, Mitch, your final pick.
I'm stuck between 2 choices here. Brendan Fraser is one of my choices.
Great pick.
And that could be the pick. But the beach. I don't even like
God damn it.
the beach,
the
but
beach
like
is
the
good.
coast.
Yeah.
That was what I was going to say.
Am I a good sport and do I give Tami the
No,
beach?
we know you're not a good sport.
That's a great point. And so I choose the beach.
Wow, Mitch takes the beach.
Coast.
The beach
Which
slash
the whale-
the coast.
The whale looks at with his dead partner.
Yes.
And he is slimmed down. Shit, I should have chose slimming down. That's pretty good. To get that
That's
power.
what everybody thinks of when they think of the whale. Is slimming down.
At the end of the movie, isn't he slimmed? Isn't he slim on the beach?
I think in his vision, he's like
Which
closer
is
to
such
his weight he
bullshit.
was when he was photographed with his
Yeah.
partner.
But he's not with his partner. He's just with his daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, he's with his daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Brendan Fraser's still on the board, which is a great pick. I
Great
do like
pick.
Brendan Fraser quite a bit in The Mummy.
All right, Tami, you have one more pick to round out your roster of 7, and then also you can amend any pick, including this one, to be a slash pick. If you want to, get 2 things, Mitch style.
Right.
And
Okay.
Weiger style. It's also Weiger style, just to be clear.
I only did it because you did it.
Oh, you had the sphere, which was insane, and now you also have Farley.
I think the sphere is less insane. Taking levitation / dying / the end of the movie. 3 different things.
I will take just a handsome young man who's obsessed with me, because that's what was happening with that evangelical boy.
Oh, wow,
who just
yeah.
couldn't.
Oh,
I just spilled.
my God, it's
Fuck.
so bad. It's such a bad spill. Oh, my God.
Turn your computer upside down.
Turn it upside down, you fool.
Oh my God, so much just came out of that computer.
Jemmy
left.
just ran away. Jemmy
Jemmy
got
left.
scared.
Jemmy. Wow.
You know what didn't help the spill was the 10 seconds of you going, oh my God, I spilled.
Thank you, Emma. Emma rushed in with some paper towels. I don't think it's that bad.
Just walk around with a bowl of dry rice.
Oh, I can do that. Thank you.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Thank you so
I'm
much.
scared to give it back to you.
Sorry, little laptop. Thank you, Emma.
And then my slash will be 120 ounce tumbler / Brendan Fraser's eyes. I feel like
yeah, he's got some great eyes.
Yeah,
he's got great eyes.
There's a lot of depth there.
When Wise was cleaning off his laptop, he actually turned his camera onto his Zoom class, and they're all covering their mouths. You're teaching a podcast 101 class?
Yeah. Rule number 1, don't spill. Uh-oh.
I really wanted to do a bit about, like, look at me. If he did not have pants on at the end when he's showing, like, look at all of me, that would have been awesome.
That would have been fun.
Porno on the board. No one took porno. No one took walking. Walking's pretty
Porno
big.
made no sense after you took jacking off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. People like to watch it, though.
People do like to watch. Mitch, that's a great point. People do like to watch porno.
Birds. There was a bird. Remember, there was a bird.
Yeah, there are birds. I guess kind of like, it's all that stuff is just available, but this is stuff that we've claimed to exclusivity. So to recap, Tami had Payacon, a 128 ounce tumbler with a straw, Liz, the great friend, $120,000, candy drawer, Ambien, and a loving young man / Brendan Fraser's eyes.
That was with the tumbler.
The slash is with the tumbler.
Oh, I apologize. Loving young man, and then 128 ounce tumbler with a straw is / Brendan Fraser's eyes.
Yeah, and I said handsome young man who's obsessed with me. But
handsome young man who's obsessed with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed some of these details because of the spill.
What else is on the board? Angry wife, ex-wife,
angry ex-wife, angry daughter.
Yeah.
Mitch, I see that for you.
That guy wheelchair.
I see that. 2024, you'll be well on your way.
The wheelchair was big too.
Yeah, I thought about the wheelchair.
Idaho stayed on the board.
But once you got sitting down, I'm like, what am I going to do with that? Okay. Mitch, yours is Payacon, jacking off, meatball sub, sitting down, Moby Dick, levitation / dying / the whale the movie ending, and the beach / the coast.
Yeah.
I think you might have won. I mean, that's like a really good lineup. Mine is I got Payacon, food delivery, video chat, 4:3 aspect ratio, the Vegas sphere / love, creative writing.
Does that mean that at the sphere you have to watch it in 4:3?
You can't. You have the option. I have the aspect ratio, but I have the option of watching it in sphere ratio too.
What if I took every other aspect ratio? Then you'd be stuck.
You didn't do it.
Can I trade in for one of the?
No, it's done.
I want you to be stuck in the sphere with 4:3.
I just thought of something we left on the board, which is those like rings that he uses to like lift himself up.
Oh, the rings are nice. The rings are good.
Yeah, those rings would be handy. Yeah.
Hey, if we were playing with Sonic, they probably would have been taken.
A Sonic draft is a different thing.
That's true.
Yeah. I've talked about this. The thing about Sonic is you can be having a conversation for several minutes without realizing you're talking about the drive-in or the hedgehog. Because you're like, oh man, I love Sonic, man. The rings are so good. Like, yeah, I totally.
And I love how fast it is.
Yeah, oh my God. Sonic is so cool and fast. And man, you know what? Don't forget the chili dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, he's such a cool hedgehog.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought we were talking about the restaurant.
Imagine that. I'm sure this happens all the time.
It probably happens all the time.
All the time. I dated both the Sonic guys.
Wow.
The guys from the commercials.
Before they were the Sonic guys. That's
wild.
We said we were saying bring them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've been brought back.
Yeah.
They went away. They were brought back. They're fantastic.
They seem like good guys.
They so at one point recently.
So they later became a duo.
They were cast together.
They were cast together, but they weren't like a duo. Like they weren't like performing together.
No, I mean they were both like improvisers in Chicago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They do a show together now, right? Don't they?
No. TJ does one with Dave Pasquazi.
That's
TJ and Dave.
TJ
Wow.
and Dave.
That's wild.
Pete and John Lutz do a show together. Pete Gross and John Lutz do a show together.
Is Lutz in Chicago? Is he?
He's in New York. He's a Chicago guy. Yeah.
Okay. Because recently they took away the Sonic guys, and now it's like families, but it's also like just like
much,
scripted anyways.
Yeah.
And it's like real families, and it sucks. Bring back the Sonic guys.
Bring back the Sonic guys.
It's so crazy.
Sonic guys.
Again, also you could be like, there's such a great duo. Like, yeah, I totally agree. Sonic and Tails are so cool. No, from the commercial.
You fucking idiot. How many times have I had to tell you? I'm talking about the commercial. God damn it.
Also, this conversation you're having, I guess, with like a child. Anyways, I think a very successful draft.
With Tammy, we got to figure out this fugitive thing because I think this is a great pitch. I think we should make it happen. In your mind, do you want is your ideal to do a fugitive draft, or would you rather like just talk about the movie, or maybe we do like some like I don't know. I pitch like the Fudgitive, like we eat fudge and talk about the fugitive. I don't think there's a lot of ways to play it.
Oh wow, those all sound great.
We'll figure it out.
Great.
We'll figure it out offline, but we should do this because Mitch, you'd love this movie. Yeah,
it's such a great movie. I'm
Maybe
excited
I'll watch
to
it before
rewatch
we even I'm assigned it.
Wow, I love it.
Or do I got to hold on to it now and not?
No, you can watch it.
Watch it.
You should just watch it.
All right.
And then you'll want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
All right, great. I'm gonna watch it.
Tami Sagher, our good friend. Thank you so much for being here. So it's so fun to see
guys.
you. We love you too.
We love having you.
To getting that email from Amelia before she said the topic was such a treat. For real though, I really last year getting to tour with you guys was
what a blast.
Tour. It was a fucking blast. I love you.
Also, we're not doing it this year.
Taking a little hiatus.
They were taking a little hiatus, so you got in when
I got in.
Yeah.
That's just like you say to your mom. God.
Dear God.
Episode's over.
I just said goodbye to her yesterday. Bye.
Doughboys Media.